All right, guys, we are putting the AEW Women's Championship on the line. Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker, they just had a Hell in a Cell match themselves. So, oh, okay. Thunder Rosa's beating my ass, just like in the match. I'm playing as Britt, though. I don't even care. We had a really good AEW Dynamite tonight. The show kicked off with Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Adam Page against Adam Cole and Red Dragon, aka the Undisputed Originals. They quoted them that on YouTube. I just don't actually know if AEW acknowledged it on their commentary team yet, because I don't remember hearing it. But they did acknowledge it on their YouTube channel. So you need to relax, bro. Put that down. If anybody's gonna be using a steel chair, it's the doctor. Okay? Oh, I lied. What is good with her? Yo, it was a really good match though, like a straight spot fest, which was great. And ultimately, Red Dragon and Adam Cole Bay picked up the W. So, I gotta swing faster like this. She just Superman punched me. No way. What is happening? Again, I can't commentate and play at the same time. That's why I don't normally play when I do these type of videos. But so the match was good. There was a couple spots, specifically the triple moonsault, which in my opinion was one of the better ones. Oh, she's putting me in a submission. Oh, get out. And like I said, man, it was just really heavy on spots. But again, I like those type of matches sometimes. So it's definitely understandable that they would do that, especially those 6 men. One thing that I did notice though was Kyle O'Reilly was a little sloppy this match. He was like pulling his like attacks. They weren't really like connecting with the amount of force that he normally puts into them. Oh my God, I'm dead. There's no way I can kick out of this. Oh, then we had I'm going to talk about the highlights only, okay? We had the Jericho Appreciation Society. He explained how each one of them basically were important to him and why they appreciated him. He went on to say that he basically funded Danny Garcia's hospital bill in 2019 after Danny got into a pretty bad accident, and that's why Danny appreciates him. This was the funny part that I love about this, and it sets up the future of the company, right? Danny Garcia is a star. We know he's a star, right? But Jericho's going to get him there. And here's why I think that. So when the match, when the promo started, Jericho was saying he would be a sports entertainer. Danny Garcia looked like he almost took offense to that, but he was trolling. He got up and was like, if you're going to call yourself a sports entertainer, then so am I. And he took that pause, you know what I mean? And it was really cool to see that, because you can tell for like that split second, you weren't sure what he was going to do. Was he going to like, turn face? Was he going to, stay with them? I think Jericho will ultimately give him the Sammy Guevara effect. And what I mean by that is he will make sure that the kid's a star after it's all said and done. And in my opinion, that's ultimately what will lead to Danny Garcia being made to be one of the top new pillars of the newer generation. Can you throw her against the barricade again? Thank you. And that is, in my opinion, what it is. Jake Hager looked like he was about to cry through the entire promo until he spoke. I loved it. It was funny. And it made me laugh. And, of course, they changed 2.0's name. Jericho went on to say that it was a bad idea from Bad Creative, again. Which was kind of funny, because I like the name 2.0. It was cool. But he went on to change Mike and Jeff's name, or Mike and whatever the second guy's name is, because there was two. Matt and Jeff. I apologize. I think they changed their names because the Hardys are now the prominent Matt and Jeff, and they didn't want to have 2 or 3 Matts and 2 Jeffs, because you have Matt Jackson, Matt Hardy, and Matt from 2.0 as well. So Matt and Jeff from 2.0 changed their names, and then they left the Hardys as Matt and Jeff alone. So that was pretty cool. I don't know why I keep throwing her around. I apologize. Let's just finish this, okay? Let's throw her ass back in the ring. Once that promo ended, we went on to see the TNT title. I don't remember if it was before or after. Doesn't even matter. The whole show was great. We had the TNT title being defended, Scorpio Sky and Wardlow. Everybody thought Wardlow was going to run through him. Not me. Basically, long story short, the match went on. And as the match progressed, we saw that Wardlow was really connecting with the crowd, doing his thing. Ultimately, what ended up happening with that was, you guessed it, MJF comes out. And, of course, Thunder Rosa counters me here. Throws Wardlow into the post. Scorpio Sky cleans up the win. 1, 2, 3. I'm really excited to see what Paige Van Zandt is going to do when she starts wrestling. I'm actually really excited for her specifically. Not only is she attractive, but she's also got a background in fighting, so it's going to be pretty cool to see. I think her overall record was like 6-3. She's had a total of like 9 fights, I believe. So,
oh, brother, this guy stinks!
definitely has a bit of, like, a pretty good amount of experience. It'll just be a matter of, like, seeing what she can do. Dude, I hate fighting hard mode on these freaking bots. It's so annoying. We also had Jon Moxley versus... Oh.
The next day.
We had
12 seconds later.
Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson versus Wheeler Yuta and Chucky T. Now, the match was great, solid. You know, you already knew who was going to win. But what you didn't expect was what happened after the match. Wheeler Yuta kind of seemed to throw his hat into joining Moxley and Bryan Danielson and Mr. Regal. And how he did that was he went up into William Regal's face. They kind of like chattered for a second. William slapped him, and then Wheeler Yuta was like, what? And then ultimately just basically left the ring. But again, I thoroughly enjoyed it, man. I think that they were right to say Wheeler Yuta's name when they first cut the promo of like wanting people to join them. And it ultimately just led to a really great, like, what if type of moment. You know what I mean? Because if you have...
Meanwhile...
Sorry about that. If you have somebody like Wheeler Yuta, right? I'm just going to let go because my fingers are tired. But if you have somebody like Wheeler Yuta joining them, which is arguably one of the future pillars, and the kid can go, bro. He, like, Bryan Danielson made him a really, really good star in this match just from competing. Basically, when they were doing the match, Bryan Danielson was wailing on him, and Wheeler was like, give me more. You don't got it in you. Give me more. And ultimately got the crowd to chant his name. And, of course, I had Britt retain here. The belt looks black. Yeah, it doesn't have the... Oh, he said DMD. Very nice. We'll run this back, and obviously Thunder's the champion. But, yeah, man, like, the entire segment was great. You had, you know, Wheeler Yuta looking like $1 million. You saw that...
Later.
But with that, it goes without saying. So that's pretty much it, man. I'm sorry that the commentary was all over the place. I was trying to win and not look, you know... I couldn't lose the match, all right? I couldn't lose the match. Now, let me make sure I didn't forget anything. I don't think I talked about the Hardys, actually. So the Hardys faced Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn, Private Party, in their first, not only debut match, but first time ever facing each other on AEW. And the Hardys did good, man. They look like $1 million. You know, Matt low-key kind of carried. I'm not going to lie. But that makes sense. Jeff Hardy went to hit the Swanton after they both hit the collective twist of fate, which was great. But when Jeff Hardy was on the top rope to hit the Swanton, people were complaining that he landed on his lower back on Isaiah Cassidy versus hitting it the way he normally does. And I'm like, well, Jeff has a bad back, so he probably did that on purpose. And it wouldn't surprise me that if they wanted to continue seeing him do the Swanton, him landing on his, you know, like buttocks / lower back area would make sense, because then he can continue to do it, and he won't have to continuously land on his lower tailbone on the mat. He'll land on the person who catches him instead, and that just makes more sense in my opinion. So once that happened, you had the AFO come out, Andrade and company come out. Sting and Darby made the save. It looks like they're setting up a 4-on-4 down the line between Andrade, Butcher, Blade, and maybe one of the Private Party members versus Sting, Darby, and the Hardys. I'd be down for a match like that. I mean, they already had a 3-on-3. I don't exactly know how much longer they can drag it. But that's pretty much it, man. I mean, that's all I got for you guys. I don't know what else to really talk about. I think we covered everything. I really did enjoy AEW overall tonight, but like I said, the opening match was a straight spot fest, and it was cool. They slowed it down a bit with the Hardys match, and the TNT title match was just, you know, Wardlow doing his thing. Shawn Spears and MJF come out, cost it the match. I'm actually going to be excited to see Shawn Spears versus Wardlow. That's going to be pretty sweet. And yeah, I mean, that's it, man. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys all have a fantastic day. Peace out.